What's up everybody, welcome to the latest episode of FIFA Friday here on TGI. I'm Matt and today we're going to be continuing our FIFA 16 series with Aston Villa, trying to bring them up the Premier League table, return them to their rightful place, challenging for European football. So this is something we do every Friday. We also do Let's Plays every Tuesday of latest video games. We also do news and video game conversations. But you can find out everything we do on our website, thegamerinitiative.com. The link to that is down below. So, picking up straight from where we left off last time out, we had a really good video. We had a really strong start to the season. Just very quickly show you guys here the table to see where we're sitting. Very pretty, top of the table, 8 wins and a draw from 9 games. Couldn't have envisaged as good a start as we've had, beating the likes of Leicester, Leicester. Yeah, we did beat Leicester, obviously, top of the Premier League. But Liverpool, Chelsea, United, we've had some really good wins, really shocking wins. We've got to continue that now though. Hopefully we can keep it going, but the season's still very young. At the moment our defence has been perfect. So just very quickly before I start this video, I did very quickly just edit our global transfer network here. What I've done is I've taken out the goalkeeper because we obviously got that, and I've just now set it to scout a left midfielder. 2 reasons. One, because Jack Grealish is obviously not quite as good as the rest of the team at 71. And also, we've got to be wary that we might not be able to keep Sinclair. We do only have him on loan. So we'll start scouting that, thinking ahead now to the summer. And in addition, I think I'm going to add in one more. Just to have a look, see what we can come across with. We want a striker maybe, because of Bonglahor. We've got Ayew who's okay. But let's have a look what we got. Want him to be prolific and pacey. That's kind of the traits I look for. Pace, so important in the Aston Villa team. So we'll set that up anyway, just see what kind of comes out of that. And obviously we've got the 1 year remaining contract thing, which is scouting as well. So we're here to see how those goes. But for now, we don't need to worry about that for a couple of videos. We're here up in November. Going to try and get, the end of October. We're going to try and get all the way through to the end of November in this video. So 6 games. So no time to waste. Let's get straight in here. This game against Swansea at home. A game hopefully we can get ourselves a win. Really want to be looking to build on this strong start. Okay, so there we go. Our first game back, and not the start we were looking for, that's for sure. Goalless against Swansea. They had a few good chances, to be fair, but what really disrupted us was an early injury to Gabby Bonglahor. He got injured, had to go off. We lost him. It was a big shame. Iheanacho came on, couldn't really do anything. We had kind of half chances, but we just kept giving the ball away. That final pass was evading us. You can see there a couple of saves Rico had to make sure that he kept us in it. We did have a good chance towards the end here. It's going to show hopefully in just a minute. Iheanacho here laid off to Grealish, but unfortunately couldn't keep it down. Went over. Harmlessly. Their keeper did make a couple of saves as well. We did have a couple of efforts on target, but as a whole, not a whole lot to report. There you go. You can see 4 shots each, 3 on target. Unfortunately, just one of those games where we couldn't get ourselves that goal. It's okay though. The defence continuing to hold strong, which is always important, because if we don't concede, then we can't lose. It's as simple as that. Dislocated shoulder. Now, I couldn't show you because it wasn't part of the highlights, but it's ridiculous that he has a dislocated shoulder, because he jumps to a corner or whatever it was, and he falls on his ass and then starts holding his shoulder. Like, there's injuries in this game really annoy me. So that's obviously a big blow to us. Losing him for 8 weeks. That's a long time out. So Iheanacho is going to have to try and lead the line now. Bonglahor will have to sit out, and we have got Gusted as an option, although not really fitting in, as you can see, with my style of play. His acceleration is only a 68, but it gives him his chance. He hasn't really had a chance yet this season. He's going to have to step up and see if he can help us out. Alright. Let's stop that very quickly. Do we stop it in time? I wanted to do my training, but I ran out of thing. That's fine. We move straight into the cup here now. We can hopefully get our this week's video back on track with a win here. Away to Preston in the Capital One Cup. We're going to do what we were doing before, in the fact that we're going to give our team a chance. But what I'm going to do here, obviously Gabby is out injured, so we'll give Gusted a chance, because Iheanacho is going to have to lead the line in the Premier League. You can see they're not at full fitness after having to play almost the last game. So we'll give Gusted a chance. You know, why not give him a chance in the Cup? Hopefully he can get the job done and prove his worth in this team. Okay, there we go. We've safely got through to the next round of the Capital One Cup. Managed to deal with Preston. Not quite as easy as I'd hoped at half time. It looked like it was all going well. Two very good chances early on. We were really on top of them. Header there from a free kick, just going over for my... they had a half chance there on the edge, but always going high and wide. And then a great effort or a great chance for Sanchez to get himself on the score sheet, but he put it wide. And then a chance here for Gusted, but it's saved by the keeper. So as you can see, Villa starting to build up on the confidence here. Shot here, saved by keeper, and then Adama, who had a really good game, or a really good first half, terrorising their defence down that right hand side. Got himself a goal, a well-deserved goal as well, it must be said. And then I don't know what Preston were doing here, thinking they're Barcelona. This is the thing about FIFA that really annoys me. It's every team thinks they're Barcelona. No matter who you're playing, they will always try and pass out from the back, and we capitalise and score. Gusted there with an open goal to make it 3, and he put it wide, not doing his chances any good. And then they have this cross, this long high cross that the keeper doesn't come and collect even though I ask him to. And then the shot comes off the bar and falls to Beckford to tap in. And then we try and get ourselves back that 2-goal cushion, but well saved there by Lindegaard. And Preston was starting to look a bit dangerous on the counter-attack. Had some real pace, especially down this near left-hand side here, trying to just stop the counter. Sanchez there, taking one for the team. Just what he thought would be picking up a booking, but no, the ref gave him a straight red. Really don't understand that one, to be honest, but luckily didn't cost us at the end of the day. We held on, got ourselves the win. Like I said, not as comfortable as I would have liked, but it doesn't really matter. We are through to the next round, and we have finally got back to winning ways after that previous goalless draw. So we'll probably have to make some changes now with Sanchez being suspended for the next game. That's fine. Let's have a look. I'll sort that out after. Let's do it now. Squad. This unavailable player. Okay, and Sanchez. Put Guia on the bench. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. So we're just having a quick think in that game. Basically, Adama playing so well made me realise we're talking about getting a winger. A winger in, because we need to have a winger in. So let's have a look here. Global Transfer Network on our instructions. So I figured we could actually probably change this a little bit in terms of, I think you can have winger. Yeah. So we'll change that to actually left or right side, because we do actually have Sane who can play left or right wing. So we'll widen that search a little bit, see who we can bring in there. We're not going to have a huge amount of money in the summer, so we might only be able to make the... Oh, no, make sure, don't forget it again. Right. Back to the training. We will keep it with the players we were doing last time. The players that are not playing as often, getting the training to help boost them up. They are Riedwald progressing to now a 76 overall, which is good. Right. And now... back in the Premier League here, we've got a big game coming up against Spurs. It's going to be another tough one. Definitely another tough one. We'll have to have a look, see how we can get on. If we play like we did against Swansea, then I wouldn't hold much hope. As I said in the previous video, not going to be doing international managers. Don't really have any interest in that. Purely focused on doing as well as we can here for Villa. So at the top now, reduced to 4 points, or effectively 5 points because we've got game in hand. But if we lose here, Spurs will be right on our tail, only 2 points behind. So a really big game here. hopefully we can at least avoid defeats. Let's get ourselves some of those away from home. I would take a draw, that's for sure. Another game in the Premier League, another blank. 2-0. We did really good chance early on there. Iheanacho, it was a good save by Vorm. Iheanacho, unfortunately, he's just not quite up to the task yet. Obviously, still a very raw talent. His passing had a couple of chances to play people through one-on-one, and he just couldn't get the pass there. It wasn't good enough, and I don't think there's any coincidence with the fact that we lose Igbong Lahore, and then since then we've been unable to score. He just has that extra little bit of poise and strength. There's a good save there by Rico. Spurs had their fair chances. Son specifically had that one and a really good one later on. You'll have a look here. I thought for sure that was in, but that was a great save. Great strong hand. And then another good save. And how does Vorm save that? That's ridiculous. I thought for sure we were going to get a goal there, and that was in the 90th minute as well. So painful. But I said before the game, if we could get a point, I'd be happy, and that's what we got. It's just unfortunate at the moment, just drawing blanks for whatever reason. But our defence still, specifically Rico in goal, is still holding strong. So that's all we can ask for at the moment. Is to make sure we're not losing. We're still 5 points clear at the top of the table, more than what I'd have expected to have been after 11 games. We're almost certainly safe anyway, let's put it that way. So we've got there. Grealish is now up to a 72. So that is good. So yeah, what do we need? Yeah, another 13 points from our 20 odd games to be safe from relegation. So I think that one will be okay at least. Suspension is over, which is good. These games don't get any easier, boys. From Spurs to City now. Definitely not getting any easier. So we've got some updates coming in. We'll review those at a later point. But for now, we can get Sanchez back on the bench ahead of Goya. I just think he offers that little bit sounder defensive option off the bench, which is what we kind of want him for. Wow. So after this one, we're going to have played all the big boys after we've only 12 games gone. No, we've still got Arsenal to play, but home against City. Not holding out huge hope for a win here, but you can see there down the bottom, City not even in the top 7 as it sits. They're 8th, so not having the best of starts to the season, that's for sure. So as you can see, still no goals conceded, but now our goal scoring starting to fall behind. But hopefully we can find our scoring boots today. Iheanacho coming up against his old team. Maybe he can get himself his first Premier League goal for us here today. I'll tell you what, this is becoming a very familiar and frustrating pattern. 0-0 again. A game of... Even EA doesn't think there's any highlights in this game. That is the only highlight they think is worth showing you. And to be honest, they're not that far wrong. I did have a couple of half decent chances, but they were straight at the keeper. Just really, really nothing of interest to show you. But the key, well, that tells you everything. Look, top rating is a 6.9 on our team. Man of the match there, keeper 7.3. Like I said, he made a couple of hard, decent saves, but they were regulation. You can see there, one on target even, so even worse than I thought. City, happy to keep hold of the ball, but not doing much with it. But the big thing was, again, we've lost another player, and again, it was a striker. This time, Iheanacho, again, looked like he was holding his shoulder. Again, didn't land on his shoulder, but this is how EA logic seems to be going. And I bet it's, the exact same injury. Dislocated shoulder, 8 weeks. Ridiculous. Both my strikers in 3 games getting the exact same injury, and they're not even falling on their shoulder. It's so... Oh my god. EA, injuries in this game are horrendous. They're horrendous. Fix the problem myself. Yes, I'll fix the problem myself. So now I'm really running out of options here. We're going to go with IU up top because I don't really want to play Gusted if I don't have to. But what it does mean is we're struggling now for extra depth. We'll put Bakuna on the bench as well there. But yeah, that's the big problem is now what do we do? What do we do going forward? We've got 2 strikers out for 2 months and we are really now struggling with players. Oh dear, frustrating. And we can add another player in here on the drills. Who isn't on there? Let's add. Who do I want? We'll add Neves in. He wasn't already in there, was he? No, he wasn't. There we go. So yeah, a bit frustrating now. 3 goalless draws. So over 200, almost 300 minutes without scoring. Really need to work this out as soon as possible because, well, 1, it's not acceptable for me, and 2, it's probably not very enjoyable for you. You're not seeing any goals, you're not seeing any action. Hopefully, we can correct that wrong, right that wrong, coming up here in our next game. Looks like we're... No, I don't want the Slovakian or Slovenian matter, whatever. I wish there was an option where you could just say no to all international management offers. If there is, please let me know down below because I'm not aware of it. But yeah, it would be really useful if I could just say no to all international management offers and stop getting them sent to me all the time. But anyway, we're going to go back into this now. Really, really hope I can end this goal drought. It's been far too long. Away to Everton. Injuries have hit us. Obviously struggling now up top with goals and with injuries. Hopefully in this game we can finally break that duck and score a goal. The drought is finally over, boys. We've got back onto winning ways. Only just a 1 goal, but you know, it's a step in the right direction. We're a lot more attacking here. You can see early chance with Sinclair. He's been quiet these past few games, but offside. And then Pryatt, really good chance and skying it. And then you're starting to wonder, is it going to be one of these games or one of these weeks where I just can't seem to score? And there's another cross here where maybe needs to be cutting it back a bit more. Neves there in loads of space. And then the chance came, and even that was saved. But then on the follow-up, Pryatt there to stab home. So a scrappy rebound goal is all it was. Nothing special. But the important thing was it was a goal after well over 300 minutes of Premier League football without a goal. We finally have one. And our defence held strong again. The normal position that we've had all season so far. It's crazy to think that we haven't been scored on. We did have another really good chance to extend it right at the end with Sane, but unfortunately he put it just wide. But it's good. It's a step in the right direction. It's back to winning ways after 3 draws. So, and we're still undefeated. We are still undefeated. That is the key thing here. So what we can do here is do our training as always. Keep progressing these youngsters as they can get better and better. That's fine. And we will do one more game in this video, I think, which will take us up to the end of November. And then next week we can finish off December and then really focus on the January transfer window. See what we're going to do in order to help this team go forward. As you can see, it's got quite close at the top there with Spurs now only 3 points behind us after those 3 draws in a row. And let's just have a quick look down here. How are we looking on the injury front? How far away are we? So we're still 3 weeks and 5 weeks for Iheanacho, so they'll both be out for the majority of the next video as well, unfortunately. So they're going to be coming back at January transfer. Maybe it highlights. Let's just tough luck, isn't it, that they both come back when we could then actually finally bring someone in. But let's round out November now with a home game against Watford, one we should really be looking to win, and then it'll be 3 wins, 3 draws in this video, and I'll consider that a success. So let's finish this off with a win. So the final game of the video in the books, up against Watford, and it was another frustrating day. You saw there a good early save from the keeper, getting ourselves a good free kick, and Sinclair wasting that opportunity. We were definitely the better team here. Mika Richards, the captain, trying to take the game by the scruff of the neck and only forcing a save. And Ayuk, with the frustration, diving in, getting himself a yellow card. They do love showing those cards in slow motion, do FIFA, and the player emotions and all that. Watford, that's the only thing they really had all game. Long range efforts. Capoue harmlessly over. And another late challenge. Villa trying to throw everything into it. And then one lapse of concentration towards the end. Sinclair found himself between the 2 centre-backs. Puts the ball away. And relief all around the stadium as Villa get a goal. Gusted had come on, the second striker, setting up Ayew to get the second. The insurance goal that we needed. Huge spaces in behind the defence after we'd scored that first goal. Other chances to even get a third here with Neves, but getting pulled back. And in the end, we got ourselves the result. We got the 2 goals, which was nice to see. We're heading in the right direction now. 1-0 last game, 2-0 this game. Heading the right way, back to winning ways, which is really important. Getting on the score sheet. Missing those strikers, that's for sure. But the good thing is we end November with a win. Spurs losing as well, so we extend that lead at the top of the table to 6 points. Really good there. So what we'll do, I'm just going to simulate up to the next game, and then we will leave it there until next time, so we can see who we've got coming up next. Neves almost up to 77 there, you can see. So who is our next game going to be against next Friday? So we've got updates. We'll start looking at those maybe next video, maybe even the video after that, in terms of signings. So there you go. You can see we have got Southampton next up in the league. Stop listening. Stop listening. Oh my god, this Xbox is so annoying. Stop listening. Oh my god. Does anyone else ever get that with Connect? Just randomly pops up sometimes. Didn't even say, the console's name. We're not going to say it. So we got ourselves the Manager of the Month award for our excellent performance, which is good. And we got there, make a request. No, like some 20-year-old kid wants to play in the Premier League. Don't be stupid. But anyway, we're going to leave that video there for now. So 3 wins, 3 draws in this video. Not quite as successful as last time out, but the important thing is still undefeated. Still haven't conceded a goal, which is unbelievable. Playing on world classes. That's the thing, I've always been good at defending on FIFA, because their teams don't do anything. They try to pass the ball through you, and I could be pretty solid at the back. Got back to scoring, which is nice, and hopefully next time out we can get a few more wins, and then we can start focusing on what we're going to do in January in order to reinforce this team and maybe put a challenge up. The league, it's still a bit early for the league at the moment, I think, but definitely looking for Europe now after our strong start to the season. So any suggestions about our team for the next video, do let me know in the comments down below. Obviously we are a little bit stretched up top now with the injuries to Ian Archo and Ogbonglahor, but anyone you want to see getting some more game time, here you go. There's our second 11 who are kind of not getting quite so much. If you want to see one of those get some more time, do we maybe bring in Reedwald at the back there? Let me know. But for now, thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I will see you all next time.